Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. We are live here on Unique Couples Sunday Night Live and happy, excited to talk about this topic. Like all of you, um, couples who are newlywed, or maybe you've been married for a long time, but you have not gotten your first home. Like you have not made that decision, or you're thinking about it, and or maybe you're even thinking about getting your second home. Today's discussion is definitely going to help you. We are talking about help. We are expecting our first home. And I can remember how it was for us trying to get our first home. We actually was trying to do this process before we got married so that we could be in our home after we got married. So that was really, really interesting. So I'm excited today to be here. I am Linda Wright Patrick of Unique Couples. We are excited to be here, and I'm always talking in the plural, right? I'm excited. We have with us Donna Laing-Jones, who is with us here all the way from Freeport. And the exciting thing is she is not just limited to Freeport because she also has her business in Nassau as well. And so I'm excited to have her on today to talk about something that almost every couple need help with or will eventually have to make decisions about, and that is, where are we going to live? How long are we going to live there? Are we going to be paying rent? Are we owning our own home? Real estate is just something that just happens for every couple. So it's just fitting that we have this as a part of the conversation today. So hello, Donna. Good to see you.
Hello, good evening. I'm so happy to be here this evening. Good evening, everyone.
Awesome. It's great to have you. And, just being here, I see you're repping your shirt. And it's
Yes,
part
I
of what
am.
we see. Yes. Remind me, Keys Realty Bahamas, right?
East Bahamas Realty.
Keys Bahamas Realty. Okay. Keys
Yes.
Bahamas Realty. So that's for, okay, before we even get into that discussion, right? So persons who are, not from the Bahamas, how does that work for them?
Oh, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. Keys can assist you with a property. So if you're in the Bahamas, we have a location in Nassau. We have a location in Grand Bahama. We have affiliates, international affiliates. So anywhere around the world, if you want a property, we can refer you to a qualified agent or broker.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Because I know we have people watching from all over the Bahamas. Then we also have persons who will be watching, from all around the world too. So we need to let them know, hey, that the Bahamas is open. They can, of course, get their real estate
Definitely. So
here because
wherever
this
you
is
are,
paradise, right?
yes, definitely paradise.
Definitely, they need a piece of this paradise. So go ahead, Donna. Tell our viewing audience a little about yourself, what you do. And just before you do that, I want to remind our audience, go ahead and put live squad in the chat. Those of you who are with us live, who are joining us, go ahead and put live squad in the chat. And then for those of you who catch the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. And remember to share. If you have not subscribed to our Unique Couples YouTube channel as yet, be sure to go ahead and subscribe today. Okay, go ahead, like and subscribe so that you could be a part of what we do here at Unique Couples and help a couple. Okay, so go ahead, Donna, let our viewing audience know about you.
So good evening, everyone. So I'm Donna Laing-Jones. I'm a real estate broker, partner, and owner of Keys Bahamas Realty that's located. Our main office is in Freeport. My daughter Kiara and I own Keys Bahamas Realty, and we opened in March of 2016. And in November of 2021, we opened a branch in Nassau. So we're at the NQ desk office in the Lyford Key area of Nassau. So I've been in the real estate business for over 20 years. I have a son and a daughter, and I absolutely love real estate. I love real estate because I love the opportunity that it presents me to assist persons in buying a home, selling a home, finding a rental, or finding a tenant. So my passion is for help. My passion is to assist youth. My passion is to give service. So wherever I can assist, whether it be in real estate or any aspect, whatever is needed, I'm always there to assist. I'm a coach, I'm a counselor, and I love to advise young people, and I love to advise young couples. So I was very excited to come on this show this evening because of the opportunity that it presents to me to be able to speak with young couples and to speak with them about this first major investment in a lot of persons' lives. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited about sharing this evening.
Awesome, awesome. That is great. And I know another detail about you that I learned about that I was, happy to know too, was I see that you were a former pilot, former president.
Past
Sorry, a
president.
current, yes, former president, right, of
Yes.
pilot. Is it? Yes, pilot
Pilot Club
club
of Freeport. Yes.
of Freeport. So awesome, awesome. Congratulations. And I didn't know that before. I surely do know it
Yes.
now. And
I've
I
been
was recently,
presidents of many organizations.
yes, yes. So I recently became a pilot, so that's why that one stood out.
Awesome, awesome opportunity.
That
Go
one
to
stood
all of
out
the
to me.
conventions. Go to all of the conventions.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
awesome. So, like you said, you like to talk to and help young couples, making this major decision. We know that, where you're going to live and, location, what kind of home you'll get, how, the money issue and all of that. All of those are major decisions that will affect a
Mhm.
couple long into their marriage. And so,
Exactly.
that is really, really a big, issue and concern. So,
Mhm.
what should couples take into consideration or into account once they are buying their first home together? What are some of the things that they need to think about that they possibly might have, forgotten or not even thought about?
So one of the main things that couples need to be concerned with is that they are able to pay for a mortgage. So, what we suggest to the couples, first of all, sit down and have a conversation. We'll have an initial consultation with the buyers, letting them know what it is that they should be expecting. So the first thing that we push for them to do is to speak with a mortgage broker, a licensed broker. So one of the local bankers in reference to getting their financing approved. So they'll have a consultation with them. They'll ask them about the expenses that they presently have, any other mortgages that they may have. So it's basically just sitting down to them and putting everything on the table. And what my advice is to persons, when you're going to speak with the lender at the bank, be open, be honest with them, because a lot of people will say,
Mhm.
I'm not going to tell them about that small loan that I have that has a $1,200 balance. So they'll forget that and they go to present an application. And when the banker comes up, there's this $1,200 small loan that you have, but you're paying $300 a month for that. So
Mm.
just be open, be honest, and write down everything that you owe and everything that you own.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I think a lot of people might kind of like overlook those things, but they all add
Intentionally
up.
sometimes also, but you have to be open with everything. And
Yeah.
then that's the thing. So once the banker and you are on the same page with what it is that you have out there, they are better to advise you on the route to go, because they might tell you now is not the right time to apply. Wait 6 months until you say you've paid off that $1,200 mortgage, that type of thing.
Okay, okay. And I know definitely the importance of making sure that, hey, when you look at the both of your salaries, that is
Mhm.
something that you take in consideration, because you could kind of like overmax that,
Yeah,
or
the debt
amount that,
ratio.
yeah,
The
yeah,
debt
the
ratio is
ratio,
what they refer
yes.
to, yeah. So you basically want to keep that between 30 and 35% also. So that's a big concern. And that's one of the reasons a lot of persons don't get qualified, because the debt ratio is too high.
Yes, yes. And people have been living with that. So I'm not sure when it came into effect, or if that was just always something. I don't think it was always something, but I know of couples who have struggled because they got a home or a mortgage that was just so much over their heads that they couldn't. It's like you couldn't live with your other expenses because
Right.
that was so high. So that is definitely
And
something
one of the difficult things now, it's very difficult now for persons to get mortgage because of the Hurricane Dorian, because of the COVID. Persons' hours are being reduced. So couples, one person is not working or the hours are being reduced. And then a lot of persons now, since the hurricane, since Dorian, they've started new businesses. They've started their own businesses. They've started new jobs. And most of the banks are asking for you to be employed for at least 2 years on that particular job.
mm,
So that becomes to be a challenge for a lot of persons. And then another issue that we have is persons who have their own business don't keep records of their income. Like you'll have someone who's the nail technician, the hairdresser, the barber. They could make just as much money as me, but they
and
don't keep
more.
records. They don't make they on more, and they don't show where they're depositing the monies to the bank every week. So there's a trail to show that we've had the income. And I had one banker told me maybe 10, 15 years ago, she says, I don't care if you deposit $50 a week for 52 weeks. I prefer you to deposit $50 a week for 2 weeks, for 52 weeks versus putting $5,000 in the bank 2 times per year.
Awesome. Yeah. So it's like showing the consistency of you
Consistency, definitely.
being able to do that. And that counts. And that also counts with relationships as well. So even though we're talking about homes, it counts with your relationship in your marriage as well. You have to be
Mhm.
consistently doing things. Okay.
Yes,
Consistently loving your spouse, intentionally doing the things that you need to do. And that is definitely important. And I just want to say here, when you mentioned, those persons who are basically business owners and they don't, make sure that they keep a record and all that stuff, I just have to shout out Party with Serenity, um, and thank her for sponsoring this evening's show. And so you go ahead if you need to get your roses and balloons and all of your treats for Valentine's and every time up to, go ahead and check out Party with Serenity at 242-804-0644. Go and check out Party with Serenity and definitely let her know that Unique Couples sent to you. Okay, so that is definitely an issue, making sure that that debt service ratio, is it? Am I saying it correctly?
yes,
Yes,
correct.
yes, is on par. Okay, thanks for joining us, Lynn. Thanks for joining us, Kathy, and all of you who are here. Go ahead and oh, okay, yes. Share, and tell someone. Okay, so what are some pitfalls maybe divorced couples may face when getting a new home with their new spouse? So, someone would have been married before, they had a home with their spouse. Now they're divorced and they're with someone else and, trying to get a new home. What are some of the challenges they may face?
Now, some of the challenges, just like before, is going to be the debt ratio. But you might have a fortunate situation where the divorcee coming into the new marriage, they had a good relationship with their bank. They've settled with the ex-wife or the ex-husband, and so they're still in a good financial position, and they're able to move forward with a second mortgage or an additional mortgage. But the main thing with the divorcee and the persons going into new marriages is to make sure that you're just open and honest with each other and sit down and talk about your finances and know what you are able to commit to on a monthly basis. You might have commitments from the previous marriage. So definitely that's something you have to keep in mind also, that there are other commitments that you are going to have. So basically it's just sitting down, going through your numbers, and again, just getting the pre-qualifications that's going to tell you you qualify for a $150,000 home or you qualify for a $300,000 home. So that's basically it, being open and honest with each other and just putting everything on the table as far as the finances are concerned.
Okay, yes, definitely. Yeah, that'll be something that they have to consider. So, what problems do couples face when they are trying to get their first home? Um, I know, like
What
some of the
is,
things they might fight about, like who,
oh my
like some of those
God,
issues, and
some
do
of
they
the,
come to you with these issues, and how does
I
that work?
know. I know. So you'll have the husband and the wife, they're all excited. One is more excited than the other, and they're calling us. The phones are ringing off the hook. They want to go out and see something today. And the first thing we ask them, are you pre-qualified? Do you have a deposit? They like, no, we don't have a deposit. No, we don't have any pre-qualification. So they get upset with us that we're not taking them out to go and show them 5 and 6 homes. And we said, no, we don't want to upset you. We don't want to do a disservice to you or to our seller. So before we take you out to go and look at a home, we're going to ask you some questions and we're going to pre-qualify you even before we take you to the lender and before we take you out to go and look at our properties. But a lot of times it's just the excitement of going to look for a home. They don't realize what it all entails. And basically, after we've done the pre-qualifications, then we sit down with them when we go through the homes, we send them the listings and just ask them what it is that excites them about some of the listings that we may have. And then we start taking them out on the showings and start looking for a property for them.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I know, some of them may look for homes, but what about like actually just looking for the property and probably possibly building on the property later? Do you have a lot of persons doing that as
Yes,
well?
we have a lot because we have a lot of fixer-upper in the lower income price range. It's going to cost a lot to renovate those houses. Like say the houses that had the hurricane damage, the bank is going to have the individuals pre-qualify to be able to renovate that house and bring it in a habitable situation. And a lot of times they can't qualify to buy the fixer-upper plus have it renovated. So we've suggested to a lot of people, start out with buying a single family lot. So you could buy a single family lot on Freeport from say $20,000 to $25,000 and then go and get the loan to build that particular house. In Nassau, you're probably looking at about $100,000 to buy a vacant lot and build a home. So there's a big price difference between Grand Bahama and between Nassau. But there are lots of persons that are now looking for the vacant land versus starting out with a house. And then you'll have the persons that want to buy a duplex property or an income producing property, a duplex, a triplex, a fourplex. A lot of them like the idea of having that extra income, but they don't realize to purchase an income producing property, there's bigger down payment. So instead of you paying a 5% down payment or a 10% down payment, you're now looking at a 20% down payment or a 30% down payment. So you could easily be looking to pay $30,000 to $60,000 as a down payment for an income producing property.
Okay, wow. So for a couple who is like they have their first home already and they're looking at possibly getting an income generating property,
Mhm.
how does it work for them? Is there a
Okay, so basically,
difference?
if they already have a property, they might have an existing mortgage. They might not have a mortgage on it. So what they would do is they would go to the bank. They would have an appraisal done on their property, and based on what the property is valued and what they want to purchase, they can use the equity in the property that they already own to purchase the next property, and it would be
Okay.
the same process, but they can use the equity in the home. So say you had a house that was worth $200,000 and it appraised for $300,000, then you have that extra $100,000 in equity in there. And the bank typically gives you 50% of the equity. So you will have $50,000 to go towards another purchase.
Okay, that is definitely good to know. That was more me than y'all.
Yes, so
So
that's what would
thanks
happen.
for
You
joining.
use the
That was
equity.
that was more us. So all of you
Yes,
who are
no, so the
watching,
equity.
we are on Unique Couple Sunday Night Live. We are having a conversation. Hell, we are expecting our first home with Donna Laing-Jones, partner and what's the other word?
Broker.
Partner
Broker.
and
Broker.
broker. Yes, yes, partner and broker. Donna is just taking real estate to another level, another level. I have been following. I don't know if Donna realized, but I have been following for a long time. I think maybe
Yes,
over
no.
2 years.
I keep on going, why does unique couple keep popping up on my page? And I'm like, who are these people? Because one night I came on to, I said, they're not gonna know I'm not a couple. No, it was so
Yeah,
it's really
and
good. So
a lot of it too is kind of like we have to build ourselves, as individuals first too, before we
yes,
could. So some of the work is like what you have to do for yourself or on yourself, so that when you're in that relationship, you could kind of like maximize the benefits. But we
most
invite
definitely.
singles and couples and everyone to join us and
Yes.
get what they need. They might want to stay away from the unique couples after dark if you're not really married and stuff like that, because it might get a little spicy on Wednesday nights at 9. But you are all free to join us. And we actually have a group for persons who are single, engaged, or, thinking about getting married sometime down the future. And it is how to strengthen your relationship. Unique
That's a good
couples
one.
group we have on Facebook. But I know you have Bahamas Strong, right? No. I'm saying,
Bahamas Strong is correct.
thank
You're
you. Okay,
good. You're
Bahamas
good.
Strong. Yeah. So for those of you who are joining us, go ahead, hashtag Live Squad for those who are joining us live. And then those of you who catch the replay, let us know if you are a first time homeowner, if you own your own home already, if you're thinking of owning a home. So you can write thinking in the chat. If you have your own home, go ahead and write home in the chat. And just remember to share. So we're talking about help. We're expecting our first home. And we have Donna Laing-Jones here from Keys, Bahamas Realty. Yes, right? I said it correctly. Yes,
Correct.
joining us today. And we are so excited. She is sharing some nuggets. And guess what? Even though we said, expecting our first home in terms of a couple who may be doing this for the first time, even for someone who's divorced or someone who wants to look at getting a second property or a second home or income producing property, this conversation is going to help you with that as well. And then, of course, you could always go ahead and connect with Donna. We'll tell you how to do so at the end of this, so do not leave. Okay. So we talked about the pitfalls divorced couples might face, the problems couples face when they're, trying to get their home. Tell us what's hot and what's not in hot and what's not hot in real estate today.
So on the island of Grand Bahama, we still have some repossessed properties that's available. So everyone wants a repossessed property. So if you're one of those persons, we have lists that come out on a monthly basis. So you can send us, you can come and add yourself to our list, our call list, and we keep you updated on that. Like within the last month, we sold an incomplete structure for $60,000 on 2 lots on the island of Grand Bahama. And that sold
Ooh.
within 2 days of the listing. It's probably going to cost the person about $70,000 to complete the house. They paid $60,000. It's probably $70,000 to complete it. So they would have invested $130,000 in that house. But if they appraise that house would probably appraise at about $300,000 to $350,000 because of the location that it's in. And then
Wow.
if you go into Nassau, we have a lot of the communities now with lots available. There's a lot of in-house financing for lots in Nassau. So basically the hot spots would be the in-house financing that's available for vacant lots in Nassau. So
Okay,
if you're
awesome.
interested in any of those, just contact us and we'd be happy to get you connected.
Okay, so you're saying that they can be on this list. And so when
Mhm.
these things become available,
They'll
they
be
can be
the
like
first ones.
first to
Yes,
know.
that's
That is
definitely.
that is
Because
definitely good to know.
we have people who call us on a regular basis and they just know the minute they call us, we will let them know what becomes available. And that's how the person that bought that house got it, because they were in contact with us and they wanted us to know that they were a qualified buyer ready to go with their deposit.
Awesome, awesome. And that was definitely a deal, a steal of a
Steal. It
deal.
was steal.
Steal of a deal. I could
Mhm.
just imagine that location. Whoo, whoo,
Oh,
whoo. Yeah,
yes.
just thinking about
It's a prime location in Lucaya.
Oh yes. So definitely steal of a
Yeah,
deal. So I
yes.
think Gia, I think those of you who are watching, from all around the world, and then those of you who are here on Grand Bahama, listen, and we're interested in some of those income generating properties, and everyone is doing Airbnb now. So
Hmm.
that's a thing, and
Hmm.
we have to be able to have income coming in from
Right,
multiple sources, not just
right,
depending on, just one. If anything
right.
Hurricane Dorian taught us, it would have been that as well. You
That's
can't
it.
just depend or have all of your eggs in one basket.
Right. And then also on Friday, we got a listing from a motivated seller, a vacant lot for $20,000, and it's across the street from a boat ramp. So you don't have to have a canal lot. You have access to the boat ramp across the street, and it's $20,000. That lot, if it were a canal lot, it would have been $50,000. So that's a steal of a deal on Grand Bahama.
Wow. Yes, yes, definitely. Thanks for joining us, Julie. Okay, awesome. So we're talking about location, location, location. What are some of the top picks for Grand Bahama and New Providence?
So the top picks for Grand Bahama for location, I would say Fortune Bay would probably be the number one location. Then Bahamia would be the second location that's most desirable. Look, the majority of the persons coming in, they're asking us, they want something that's not in the flood zone on Grand Bahama. And I say to them, basically 70% of the island, it was underwater during Dorian. So we just need to know now when we build again, we're going to be building up off the ground. Like before, it was 4 feet off the ground. Depends if you're in those flood zone, you're now going to have to build 6 feet off the ground. And so that's basically where we are. And then if you go into Nassau, you have the popular locations, like a lot of people like the Serenity area. They want properties out east. Every time you hear someone, they want something out east, they want something out west, they want to be on the Cable Beach area, they want all of the hot spots when they go into Nassau. I say, when you want the hot spots, you got to have that hot spot money.
What's
So
that
once
money?
you're ready with the money, we're ready to show you the properties.
Awesome, awesome. So Fortune Bay and Bohemia ranking top for Grand Bahama, and you
And
said
yeah,
Serenity and
Serenity, and then there's anywhere on the cable in that Cable Beach area is where the persons are looking to be.
yes, definitely, definitely. And yeah, it's just amazing, how the flood and all of that came. And yeah, it's just, one of those things that you kind of like are happy that you reached this far. I don't really
Hmm.
have to think about too much, but
Right.
it really was scary just thinking about
Hmm.
the height of that water. And I'm thinking, if
Hmm.
I don't know if we could build homes big enough, high enough to kind of like stop that. But we're
Hmm.
just praying that it doesn't happen again. It doesn't happen.
Definitely.
It doesn't happen again. But we'll do everything that we need to do to prepare.
To
Okay, we'll do
prepare for it,
everything we need to
yes.
do. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so we're kind of like wrapping up now. So tell us, what advice would you give couples who are first time home owners?
First time homeowners or home buyers?
Home buyers, yes, home buyers.
Okay, all right. So if you're a first-time home buyer, have the conversation with between yourselves and decide what it is that you're looking for in that home. What is going to be that perfect property for you? Then sit down and discuss what amount you want to budget for that property, and then have a conversation with your realtor and with your banker. And that's the start. That's where the relationship starts. And then you
Oh,
have a lot of the banks now that have promotions that's going on. So just reach out to your real estate agent and they can connect you to a banker that would be able to assist you in finding finding a mortgage for that perfect property that you're looking for.
okay, awesome, awesome. So that's for the couples. What about singles considering getting a home or a property before marriage? I know a lot of people might think, okay, I'm getting this property, I'm not married yet. Or for a lot of females too, they have, great income coming in, or great position or job, and thinking about getting this, but then kind of like not sure. So this is a twofold question. not sure about how is it going to be with this person who comes into their life, a male who comes into their life, and the struggles and kind of like problems or maybe challenges that may present. So what advice would you give singles who are considering getting a home or property before marriage in terms of the real estate part of it? We'll deal with the social part after.
I know. No, so basically, if you have a property, you're going into a relationship, you're talking about getting married, you need to secure yourself. So I would basically tell you, you need to speak with an attorney and make sure you have your property secure, because you don't know whether you want to take that property over into the relationship, or how you want to handle that property. But you have to have that discussion, and you have to speak openly and freely about it, letting the other person know that I already have this is what I'm bringing to the table. Some people are fine bringing it to the table and using it as a part of one, where others are not so keen on carrying it into the relationship. So it's something that has to be discussed, and it gets to be a touchy situation in a lot of the connections that we have. It's always a challenge there when you have the couple where one person is coming with properties and the other doesn't have any property to bring to the table. So it's a discussion that needs to be had.
Yeah, definitely. How do they usually kind of like resolve that? Is it do you often find that they're having this discussion like right there, or some of them
Yes,
come, like they
it's
leave your
no.
presence and then they come back and then come with a solution?
No,
How does
sometimes
that
we
work?
have a lot of times where they never had the conversation, and one of the
Okay.
parties never brought it to light to the next person, and then they want to keep it as a secret. So it's difficult, because we already have a challenge, because they have not spoken freely and openly about it. But we've had some good relationship where the person doesn't mind, like, we're in this together, and we're
Yeah.
in this to the end. So we're going to put everything on the table, and we're going to go 50-50. It doesn't matter that I have more than you. Everything we have is for each other. So
Yeah.
that's what we've been seeing recently.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I think we, like even when we got married, we started off with, okay, someone had cash, someone had, property, and are
Mm-hmm.
we going to build on that property or get something completely different and leave it on? And then we just decided that, you know what, we're going to use the property that we have, and I think that was kind of like one of the best decisions that we made in terms of
Right.
getting, our first home, even though we had some challenges with all of that. But now that Dorian had passed and everything, I'm like, okay, yes, I'm glad we are where we are.
I know. Yeah, and then you'll have persons who come into it. They have child. They have a child, and they had some properties. They want that property to be for the child, so they will come and say, "This property is going to be off the table. It's for my child that I brought to this relationship, and
Hmm.
what we do is going to start fresh from day one and go forward." So we've had that also as a solution to the marriage when it came to persons with properties involved.
Yeah, and I think that is kind of like like, okay, like if you decide that that is what you're going to do in your relationship, that's fine. I think the key is for couples to actually communicate and come to a
Yeah.
decision, instead of kind of like
Mhm.
being deceptive and not talking about it, and being sneaky and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Being open about it and then
Right.
definitely allowing it
Mhm.
to happen, that is
Yeah.
definitely important. Yes.
No.
So
And then
go
one
ahead.
I have one thing that we didn't bring up, and that's one thing is insurances also, making
Yes.
sure that you have insurances in place for everything. Because knew that when I had my first child, the first thing I did was go and get insurance to cover my child if anything was to happen to his father, that we would have had coverage for the child and coverage for us to be able to live. So insurance is one thing that all couples should make sure they have enough insurance for their properties and for themselves, and to not have to worry about it. And the younger you are, the better rates that you can get on insurances. So you want to have good coverage on everyone.
Definitely, definitely. That is so important. Just having that. It's making sure that your family is okay and taken care of, because I mean you work
Mhm.
so hard. You don't want that to
Mhm.
just go in vain, and your family struggles after,
Right,
something might have happened to you. That is
right.
definitely, so we definitely need to make sure, and then make sure that we're taken care of like that. But then even you
Mhm.
could be alive and seeing all of these things happen. A lot of
Yes.
people lost
Hmm.
homes, and some people weren't insured, or some people just decided to
Underinsured.
insure.
Everyone
Yes,
was
underinsured.
underinsured, and the bank said nothing.
And that's why conversations like these are so important,
Yes.
because we
Right.
have to talk about the things that
Hmm.
concern people and the issues, because things happen and people need to be
Right.
able to know that, hey, they could go to a trusted person, go and check out Donna, and know that, hey,
Right.
Donna is going to let them know what's happening and what they need to know, because life happens, and
Hmm.
we all can learn from and grow, learn from each other. So we're excited that you came on and was able to share. I don't know if you have any last words or advice that you want to give our viewing audience before we wrap up. I just want to say again, thanks to Party with Serenity. Go ahead and check out Party with Serenity, who is supporting our unique couple Sunday night live conversation. Go and get all of the things that you need for Valentine's. Get your deliveries of flowers and all of those gift chocolates and teddy bears, and definitely a balloon setup. Go and check out Party with Serenity right here on Grand Bahama. For those who are here, check out Party with Serenity and let them know Unique Couple sent you, so you can get that extra special touch. Okay, so if you had any more advice or any last words you want to give us, Donna, before we kind of wrap up, you could go ahead and let us know. I also want to say, remember, for those of you who are here joining us, our 5-day challenge, you could go ahead and join us in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group for married couples. Go ahead. We have a 5-day challenge, and it is how to strengthen your marriage and have the marriage of your dreams, even if your spouse doesn't want to. So that is a challenge that is going to draw you closer. It's like you're getting drawn closer to this person, and it's like, I don't even want to do this. I don't even interested. And hey, you're going to wheel him in, or you're going to wheel her in, and they might not even be aware that they're in the challenge or anything. So join us for that. The link is in the description for the challenge. And then for those of you who want to take your marriage up to the next level of loving, we have our Unique Couples Marriage Club that you could be a part of. Daily drips of love, and we share on exactly what you need to do to just have that marriage where you're taking it up to the next level. This February, we have also Treasure Hunt coming up February 20th. And you could, of course, get access to this virtual treasure hunt year round, but we are I'm definitely having that where you can go ahead and make this Valentine's special. It is our Love is an Adventure Treasure Hunt. Join us for that. Also, we have our Love Fest Summit coming up on February 15th. So the day after Valentine's, guess what? The love still continues. So join us for that. That will be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us for our Love Fest this February. So Donna, let us know any final words, any advice you want to leave with our couples, and for all those who will join and watch the replay later.
Okay, so thank you so much, Unique Couples, for inviting me on this evening. And we want to be a part of all of you putting that key into your hand and welcome you into your new home. We at Keys Bahamas Realty, we pride ourselves on lifelong relationships. So we want to walk with you, and we want to take that first step with you in purchasing your first home. And we're always going to be there for you. And remember, at Keys Bahamas Realty, we don't just live here, we love what we do, and
Awesome,
we're here to
awesome,
assist you.
awesome. Awesome. Okay, so Donna, let us know how. Is there any numbers or anything? Let our viewing audience know how they can get in touch with you. Gia, you could go ahead and type that in the chat for us. That will be fine. Go ahead and let our viewing audience know how they can get in touch with you. Is there a website? Anything? Let them know how they could reach out if they're really looking at getting, their first home or their second home or their income generating property, or just want to do something here in the Bahamas when they come.
Okay. So our website is keysbahamas.com. So www.keysbahamas.com. Our office is in the Seahorse Plaza, Freeport, suite number 11. Our phone number is 373-5397. And our office in Nassau is at the NQ desk at Lyford Key. And basically, if you want to contact me directly, my cell number is 242-727-9475, and we're happy to assist you. So just give us a call at Keys Bahamas Realty.
Okay, so say the numbers again for us. So the office number.
The office number is 242-373-5397, and my cell number is 242-727-9475.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so you'll see it on the screen. You could go ahead and contact Donna at keysbahamas.com.
And we have our
Yeah.
Facebook page. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. So we're on all of the social media platform, Keys Bahamas Realty.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So connect with Keys Bahamas Realty. You heard it here first at Unique Couples, and then you definitely tell Donna that you heard about her and you heard her presentation
Definitely.
on Unique Couples Sunday Night Live. Okay, and so
Right.
whatever little special discount she could give you.
We'll have the referrals for Unique Couples. So make sure you tell us Unique Couples referred you. So
Definitely.
373-5397.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so Keys Bahamas. It's Keys Bahamas on Facebook,
Twitter,
and
Instagram.
okay, Twitter. Okay, so I didn't know about the Twitter one, so we definitely have to find you on Twitter. We have to find you on Twitter and Instagram as well.
And then also we
Um,
have the Bahamas Strong Facebook group, so they can join that also.
yes, definitely, definitely. So thanks again, Donna, for sharing. This has been like help. Like I learned some things that I definitely and we definitely need to know and consider. So we will definitely have to put our name on that wait list. So when things come
Definitely.
up, okay, so we're getting ready. It might not be right now today, but I know soon we'll be ready to be
That's
able to have that. And be able to kind of like take our family to another level. So thank you so much for sharing this evening about help, 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 help. Um, we are expecting our first home. And for all of you who are joining us, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and rewatch this, share with a couple, let them know. We've been hearing about so many persons who are, kind of like recently getting married. Okay, so if you know those persons as well, let them know that they can join us in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. But you've heard a lot of people getting married, right? Newlyweds. And then, of course, we hear about the divorces as well. But it's just so good, like when you're in that space and you're newlywed, for you to be able to connect to the right sources so that you could be in a position in your life where you take it and be healthy straight throughout, and have that support. So it's good to know that we have our realtor here, Donna, to make sure that we're on par and know the things that we need to know in terms of getting our first home or even buying second and third homes and, income generating properties. So we have her there. And then, of course, she is willing to share and she loves working with young people and young couples. So we're excited that, hey, help is always available. I always say it. Help is always available.
always,
It just takes
always.
a ask,
Just
right?
give us a call. Any questions? No question is a dumb question. So just call us. We're happy to
Awesome.
assist.
Awesome. Emmy, Antonio, thanks for joining us. She said she wants the listing for the land sales. Okay, so I'll put up the numbers again. You could go ahead, connect with Donna at keysbahamas.com. You can also connect there. I think I have that number a little too close, but
Yeah, there's a
the
4 in
242
there.
is the area code. 373.
5397.
Yes. And then her cell number is there as well. You could connect with her there. And then you could connect with Keys Bahamas on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and let Donna know that we sent you. Awesome, awesome. We need to definitely have some more conversations, Donna. So thanks for joining
Love
us
to.
tonight.
Love to.
Okay.
Thank
And
you
then for all of you
so
who are
much.
joining us, at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. And guess what? Who are going to be, we all need places to live, right? So check out Donna. These stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families need to be in happy homes, and
Mhm.
you need a house to do that. So go ahead and connect with Donna. We will see you all Monday night for our Sip and Spill in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook group. We'll see you for Manage Your Marriage Mondays in the Unique Couples Marriage Club. And then, of course, Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our After Dark. We also want to thank again Party with Serenity. Um, Yes, you can contact Sophie at 242-804-0644 and get all of what you need to make your loved ones feel special. Not only for Valentine's, birthdays are here for every event. And just to say I love you, just to say I'm thinking of you, go ahead and contact Party with Serenity. We love, love, love what we do. We love our marriage, and we love you and you working on your marriage. So this is us, and we will say goodbye. Enjoy the night. Enjoy loving up your spouse, because guess what? You don't know when it will be the last time it happens. So go ahead and enjoy each other.